What happens inside the White House on Inauguration Day?
This is how you transform the White House from one president to another.
Make America.
I didn't know they changed it that much. I kind of thought the White House was like an old relic that's existed since the early United States, that they have very rarely changed and just kind of updated technology-wise.
Powerful.
I didn't know almost the entire room changes. I remember watching like Joe Biden's MTV Cribs tour, but it was just mainly a bunch of like paintings and like figureheads rather than fully ripping up the floor tile.
Moving out, cleaning, repainting, and so much more is a Herculean task. However, the roughly 100 members of the White House staff assigned to these duties have less than 6 hours to make it all happen. Worse yet, any simple mistake could turn the president's first day in office into a disaster in a number of ways.
It's not going to turn shit into a disaster. What is Trump going to walk in and he's going to be like, oh, this painting's 2 degrees off? Well, kill this guy, right? Like, what are you going to do? It's not that big of a deal. You pull up and they're like, oh, sorry, we're not done yet. What is he going to have a mental break? He's going to freak out? You just, sorry, give us a minute. I'll finish hanging up the painting. You're fired. I suck at doing the Trump voice. I can't do a Trump voice.
Is much more complicated than renting a U-Haul and a trailer, putting all your junk in it, and slapping the ratchet straps with a, that's not going anywhere. For you see, the White House is a massive historic mansion with 6 floors and 20,000 square feet of living space within an area known as the executive residence. Starting from the bottom, there are 2 stories to the basement. The lowest one houses machinery and support systems for the White House, while the first floor of the basement hosts the kitchen, tons of storage, and other ancillary service equipment.
Yeah, and then they got some nuclear bunker-ass shit they ain't talking about, bro. There's probably some safe room in that bitch that's just decked the fuck out.
While the executive residence is actually 6 floors, including 2 basements, an attic, and a public ground floor, the first and second...
Yo, chat, you jump the fence of the White House. How far you make it before they gun you down? I think I almost make it to the door. Solid 5 feet. You think they clip you that fast? You think you jump the fence, they shoot you? Well, do they shoot you if you jump the... What if I'm unarmed? Are they still going to kill me? Is that a rule? What if I'm unarmed? They might, like, I mean, maybe they'll think I have, like, a bomb on me. What if I do it, like, butt naked? And I'm like, I don't have a weapon. And I just run down there. They'd still shoot you? Wow.
Floors are where the actual living quarters are. The first family normally occupies the first floor, while the second floor...
What room?
...houses...
What room?
...mainly guest suites and other living spaces. All told, the 20,000 square feet of the executive residence has dozens of rooms, including approximately 20 bedrooms and 35 bathrooms, among other...
What? Do that many people... Do they have, like, guests over that can stay there? I thought the only people that live in the White House is, like, the immediate family. Father and mom and then the kids. What are the other bedrooms for?
Bedrooms,
staff stay at the White House,
and 35 bathrooms, among other office...
Yeah, that'd be pretty lit, living at the White House.
...personal spaces that must be packed up, cleaned out, and moved in with new stuff in less than 6 hours. This makes picking up that pile of dirty laundry...
Yo, do you think Elon Musk is going to get a room at the White House where he'll put, like, stupid meme posters up and shit?
...laundry from your floor that's been sitting there all week seem like a cakewalk. Just how the White House manages to pull this off is nothing short of extraordinary.
If I was president, I would hang up, like dumb AI photos of, like, Peter Griffin. Like, this would be, like, front and center. Just Peter Griffin doing a money spread with 2 watches.
How in the world is the White House supposed to plan for such a massive undertaking? Believe it or not, the planning actually starts right after Election Day. Traditionally, once the race is called and it's clear who the winner is, the White House will begin working with the incoming administration. The person in charge of this process is...
I want a radio that has capacity to play cassette tapes of the Beach Boys. I can't do the Trump voice. That was me. That was my impersonation of Trump. Because Trump's favorite favorite band is the Beach Boys. That ages him, right? If you haven't realized by looking at Donald Trump that he's 80 fucking years old, what's going to age him is when you ask him his favorite band and he says the Beach Boys.
The White House chief usher oversees roughly 100 butlers, maids, chefs, housekeepers, engineers, and other staff serving the
Blocking.
first family at the executive residence. After the election, the chief usher will send questionnaires to the incoming president's transition team, which will want to know everything from what kind of foods the president likes to what kind of toothpaste he uses. Additionally, the chief usher will work hand in hand with the incoming first lady to begin decorating her new home. Because the White House is like a living museum, it has accumulated several hundred years' worth of artifacts, furniture, artwork, and other presidential memorabilia. Though some of these priceless artifacts are on site at the White House, most of the collection is housed in a large storage facility in Maryland. It is customary for the First Lady to pick whatever pieces she desires from the collection to help decorate and furnish the White House.
So when we have a woman president, if they have a husband, would the husband then decorate and they get to choose what? Oh, I would spice that room the fuck up, dude. Oh my God.
For the First Lady
I would make that literally MTV Cribs.
to pick whatever pieces she desires from the collection to help decorate and furnish the White House.
Yeah, could we get some, like, really shitty Amazon LED strip lights? And make sure the remote doesn't work and that they're stuck on one color. Actually, put them on strobe mode and then just throw the remote in the trash.
Some will remain on permanent display at the White House. The Lincoln bedroom is one such part of the executive residence that looks just as it did when President Lincoln passed away from an assassin's bullet in 1865.
What? The fucking bedroom's been the same?
Lincoln bedroom is one such part of the executive residence that looks just as it did when President Lincoln
I'm not sleeping in that bedroom. I'm not sleeping in that bedroom. Tell me everything here is the fucking same.
Passed away from
when Lincoln got shot.
Assassin's bullet in 1865, including the bed where he actually spent his final.
Yeah. There's even a blood stain on the bed from when he died. That's kind of scary.
However, many of the furnishings include specially commissioned art, furniture, and gifts given to previous administrations. If the president wanted to, he could sit in George Washington's chair, or the First Lady could hang a lamp that was gifted by the brother of Napoleon Bonaparte. First family.
That's so sick, actually. You could go back all the way to like a warehouse of stuff they've obtained since the start of the United States.
Families can also choose to decorate the White House for political reasons. A recent example is one of the choices President Biden made when he picked a bust of civil rights leader Cesar Chavez to adorn the Oval Office. He specifically chose this bust since Chavez was a key figure of the Hispanic population. Biden said he wanted to be reminded of his leadership and example each day when he went to work. In addition to helping to pick out some of these historic furnishings, the new president and first lady also make it known their desires for any interior remodeling. Whether new rugs, carpets, paint, or whatever the case may be, the chief usher ensures the first family's requests are documented and coordinated well before Inauguration Day. However, some of these requests are certainly a tall order to fill. For example, after
I want a slide that goes all the way from the third floor to the second basement floor. Could you make it a water slide as well? Actually, can we get a VR headset in the Lincoln bedroom? Just kind of throw the bed out the window.
Staff to
That would be insane. Can we just throw the Lincoln bedroom out the window? Can we just just wipe that slide clean? I'd be like, holy shit, dude, really? Are they allowed to do that? Could they just be like, toss it? There's got to be some restrictions. Because then what if Trump comes in and he's like, just fucking burn it? That'd be fucked up.
Before President Nixon took office, he insisted that the White House construct a one-lane bowling alley in the basement. However, Nixon was not the only one who wanted to bring his personal touches. Because of President Teddy Roosevelt's love of the outdoors and hunting, he insisted that he be allowed to display his collection of taxidermied animals.
I never understand that shit. Whenever I walk into a house, there's just a fucking big ass deer hanging on the wall. Just Eyes glazed over. I don't know, man. They got to put fake eyes. They skin it. And it's just weird, bro. I just fucking just kill it. You know, take the meat, chuck it in the woods. It's a trophy. Why? Why, though? Am I going to care that much? No. But why? Even if I went hunting, people do it like fish and shit, too. If I went hunting, I would not be like, yeah, let me taxidermy this fucking deer I killed.
They couldn't tell the president no, and during his administration, the White House was transformed into a sort of museum of curiosities. Of course, these are
You're not a man? Yeah, I guess not. I gotta start posting more pictures holding fish. Or the deer antlers where they're like, it's like fucking 2 in the morning and they're just like.
Just a few examples of some of the major changes that a president and first lady have made. But there are limitations on what can be approved. When Hillary Clinton wanted to decorate the White House with more contemporary modern art, she faced a massive backlash from the White House Historical Association, and she backed down. When President Reagan requested an outdoor pool be built on the South Lawn, the Secret Service turned him down because of the security implications. But for those lavish, crazy...
Not even security implications, bro. You can look at the entire White House from the fenced-in gate. That would just be uncomfortable to have somebody just fucking watching you from outside of the White House just swimming.
...or extraordinary requests that are approved. There is a catch. No changes can be made until the sitting president actually leaves the White House that morning for Inauguration Day, around 10 to 11 a.m. This means that despite the several months of preparation...
The second Joe Biden gets out of the door, move it, we got 4 hours till old DT comes in, he's gonna be pissed.
...and planning, the team only has about 5 to 6 hours to pull everything off once the exit...
We have to get the chicken nuggets from McDonald's for him on his desk, he's gonna be pissed.
...first family leaves for the swearing in of the new president. On Inauguration Day, the White House staff rise as early as 4 in the morning to get a head start on...
Move Joe Biden's ice cream machine out of here. Get rid of the ice cream room. We gotta change it.
...of the massive remodeling projects mentioned...
That old DT doesn't like sweet treats.
...previously that are going to take more than just a few hours to complete. The White House usher will also ensure people are assigned to other projects that may take longer to accomplish, like repainting rooms or changing out flooring. However, most of the staff will rise at their normal time, so they can prepare for a White House tradition on a president's last day in office. As part of this tradition, all of the White House staff gather with the president and first lady to formally say goodbye. As the president and first lady make their rounds, they often exchange words of encouragement or short stories of their fond memories with the staff, as they have become a part of their larger...
I remember when you were just a little lad. We were throwing ball over there, and my name, Bucky. He was one of my friends from back in high school, and let's just say he was kind of a mailman for a while, and we would go to the beach, and we would dig a hole, and it was like you were laying in the hole.
The chief usher will present a gift to the president handcrafted in the White House's woodwork shop. The gift consists of 2 American flags in handmade cases. These flags were flown on his first full day and last full day in office. At the conclusion of this ceremony, the first family then leaves for the inauguration. And as they do, an army of...
Yo, the funniest shit I did see, though, you know Alex Jones, the guy that's like a fucking nut job? Like, just leans entirely towards, like, Joe Biden being a clone and not being real. He like, tweeted out, it, like, showed up on my Twitter feed. It was during Inauguration Day. He was like, look how disheveled Obama looks on his 3rd term. I'm like, you're a fucking jerk off. Obama's disheveled because he's getting done his 3rd term. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot.
Because of security concerns, outside movers aren't allowed inside the White House. This is a real problem, considering that massive pieces of furniture weighing hundreds of pounds, large mattresses, and ornate decorations, along with all the family's personal belongings, need to be packed up and moved. Any wrong move during...
Oh my God, and they move it for them. Fuck that. Fuck that. As standing president, you and your immediate family should be required to move your belongings yourself. The process of moving is so fucking grueling and annoying. There should be no help. It should literally just be that specific family has to pick up and move. Yeah, pick up a fucking 400-pound mattress and move it yourself.
This part could damage priceless artifacts that are literally irreplaceable. But to get around the security concerns so these items don't go missing, the entire staff comprises the army of movers needed to pack up, haul down, and load the trucks on the south lawn of the White House. These trucks, with one being empty and one being full of the new First Family's belongings, are among the few outside vendors allowed during this process. Although there are some very interesting knickknacks and artifacts families can use to decorate the home, these must all be turned back over to special antique movers since they are property of the U.S. government. However, the staff cannot willingly...
Oh, not their own shit. The other stuff that they're allowed to decorate. I was going to say, well, if I move in my mattress, now it's property of the United States government.
...nilly throw these things into boxes. So while other people are moving giant mattresses and furniture, there are staff members huddled in the corner feverishly packaging an 18th century lamp to make sure it doesn't break. Additionally...
Yo, you ever think they break some shit and just put it in the box? I would, bro. I'm saying if you have like an 18th century lamp and it's like what, one every fucking 10 presidents wants to use that lamp and you fucking break it, put it away. Put it away. They're not going to use it for 40 years. You'll be retired by then.
Additionally, any gifts a president receives also have to be turned over to the National Archives. So if Trump's son gets gifted a PS5 while in office, that gaming system will become a historical artifact unless President Trump elects to pay the government the item's fair market value.
Ooh. Ooh, sorry. What was his son's name? What's his son's name? The one, Barron. Oh, sorry, Barron. Buddy's a little tight right now. I don't think we're going to be able to get you that PS5. I think you're going to lose progress on all those games you had.
Stuff in the executive residence. As the staff is boxing up personal items and moving furniture, a dedicated cleaning crew comes in to make the place spotless. And if there's any damage, like Donald Trump spilling one of his daily 12 Diet Cokes on the carpet, the team will simply rip out the...
Does he actually have 12 Diet Cokes every day? I know he drinks Diet Coke. It just says he drinks a lot of Diet Coke. It doesn't have a specific amount. Dude, a case of 12 every day would be nuts.
...carpet and put in a fresh one. Because of all the different teams coming and going, from people packing old things, unpacking new things, cleaning and redecorating, the actions of the staff are quite literally planned out to the minute. And as the clock continues to run out, the staff are on a strict timetable to ensure the rest of the Inauguration Day's activities go off without a hitch. The last thing they want is for the First Family to be awkwardly waiting on the front porch to be let in as the staff are still putting everything together. But as all of this is happening, another aspect of the White House makeover that goes down at the inauguration could, if done incorrectly, end America as we know it. Whenever you see the president traveling out and about, you often see a sharply dressed military officer close behind, holding a big black briefcase. And I know you're all wondering what all is in it. And no, it's not a meme generation
It's the skull of George Washington. As a part of tradition, the skull of George Washington must never leave the president's side.
It's actually the key to America's nuclear arsenal. Known as the nuclear foot. This briefcase actually holds a robust communication suite, as well as the verification codes the president needs to verify his identity.
What? They carry that you didn't know that? No. I mean, I thought worst case they phone it in or some shit. I didn't think they always carried around a fucking briefcase full of nuclear codes.
If he ever decides to use nuclear weapons. Because a potential nuclear attack...
It makes sense. You know, because the urgency
could come at any time. The nuclear football goes anywhere the president goes, including on inauguration.
I think they should reformat it into an actual football. That would make me happier if they made it, because them calling it the nuclear football seems kind of stupid. I think they should make it the shape of a football. Maybe have Tom Brady sign it.
As soon as the clock strikes noon, the military officer currently holding the football will merely place it in the hands of the new officer appointed to carry it by the new president. Although the two officers will hide this act discreetly behind one of the...
Hand me the football. Hand me the football. I'm pressing the buttons. I'm going to be keyboard bashing like I'm playing Super Smash Brothers, and I'm getting curb stomped by a Ganondorf.
This symbolic gesture plays a critical role that, if done at the wrong time, could leave America unable to defend itself from a nuclear attack on this day. However, for the White House, handing over the nuclear football is arguably the least difficult task of the day. Back at the executive residence, the staff is still hurriedly working to make sure all the renovations are complete and the new first...
Somebody said, I don't think that should be public knowledge. Well, I doubt that if you steal the briefcase and start pressing buttons, it does anything, because there's probably a layer of validation afterwards. I don't think that if you were to steal the briefcase, open it up, and start pressing shit, nukes would just start launching. It would probably cue it, and then somebody elsewhere would have a verbal confirmation that would go, okay, and then activate it.
Family's things are moved in before the 5 o'clock.
I doubt it's a one-step system of you steal the case, you can blow up the world.
Inauguration.
If it is like that, that's terrifying.
Once all the heavy lifting, including moving furniture and priceless artwork, cleaning, and any renovations or repairs are done, the task now comes down to turning the White House into a home for the new first family. Remember that questionnaire the White House chief usher sends the new family? This is now when this comes into play. Throughout the White House, the staff is busy personalizing everything. For example, Obama wanted a new shower head installed in his bathroom and a swing set for his kids to play on. The staff ensures every desire is met, regardless of what the president and his family ask for, whether it be their favorite shampoo, towels, bed sheets, foods, or whatever else they want. As the staff continues...
Make me a good cave. I need a good cave stat. Make me one right now. Put it not in Abraham Lincoln's room, right next to it. Right next to it. I want there to be a thin wall.
The new president and his family return to the White House to begin the inaugural dinner, followed by the inaugural ball. However, even at this late stage, mistakes can happen. One famous incident was when President Bill Clinton first took office. On that day, during the chaos of the move, someone accidentally misplaced Hillary Clinton's ball gown in their...
Oh, I thought they were going to mention something else.
...daughter Chelsea's room. Well, after 15 minutes of panic, the staff found the dress and ensured that Hillary would not need to go out in her birthday suit for the ball. Thankfully, mistakes like this are few and far between thanks to the staff's dedication, speed, and desire to serve the president regardless of political party. That is why whenever a new president enters the White House for the first time after his inauguration, when Chief Usher says, "Welcome home, Mr. President," they truly mean it.
Well, because being a part of the White House staff is one of the most secure jobs you could probably have. Regardless of how the U.S. economy is going, if you work directly in the White House for the president, we could literally be in a Great Depression and you will be okay, is what I'm assuming. You have the most secure job in the world. You will be okay if shit hits the fan. They def changed staff. That was just the end of the video? Wait, it just cut off? Oh, it did. Wow, that's crazy. That was like a hard ending. It's getting fucking hot now. Lock in. Next video.